Hey everyone, Sebastian here. Welcome to Atmoseeker. So good to have you here. It's a lovely warm evening. I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. That was a few months of labor for me. Lots of 3D printing prototypes and all that kind of thing. Troll, welcome. Thanks for joining into the premiere of the episode. It was so good to have a couple of you folks to chat in the way. So obviously there might be questions. You might be asking about some of the fog methods and stuff. There is meant to be an accompanying video with that episode that's going to talk through a lot more detail about the fog machine. You can actually see some of it kind of pumping away on this guide, but I'm happy to answer any questions in this live stream. It's nice to be able to have that episode finally out and relax a little bit here. I'm going to craft something that's not for a game, not for anything. I just want it. I got some little spidery minis for Christmas, and I thought, like, I already had one, and then I got a duplicate one. So these are just your WizKids ones. Ugh, they're terribly juicy. So I think like it's about time that these guys had a nice little home, and that's kind of what I'm planning to do in this live stream. So just a little casual kind of thing, have a little bit of whiskey and relax, and hopefully get something crafted. I've got a few different materials that I'm going to use for this build, just because I've got a few kind of things I've been wanting to try out. You can see I've got some boards here as well. These are, so I'm going to use a small one. I've got some bigger ones as well, and these are going to be for the base for my for the terrain I'm going to work on. So I'm going to try with the small one first, see how that goes, and if it goes all well, then I'll try the bigger one. So this is just your square 8-inch square kind of cake boards and stuff. So this one's still in wrapping, so I'm going to go with this one. And then I'm going to try crafting this into some kind of like little spidery hole. Now I did say different types of materials. So this is one we're just using, one that is cake boards. It's kind of made from like cardboard and stuff. It's got some kind of like surface on it, but it feels like it'll take hot glue pretty well. So I've got hot glue gun here warming up already, and yeah, the other choice of material, something that I'm rather partial to. I know a lot of you folks would go like, it's a cave set. It's cave. So you're gonna want to have to use XPS foam or something, right? So, but I don't have a lot of XPS foam down here, so we're going to be just using something that I actually have a whole box of down here. And it's a whole bunch of EVA foam scraps, and I'm going to try and use some of that for this build. So these little puzzle pieces come from like old gym mats and stuff. I'm going to try and shape these and sculpt these. I've done a little test piece here where I was trying to do some of the texture work on it as well. You can see it's a little bit of a rough kind of texture. So I'm going to try and use this hot glue, see how we go. I see we've got some friends in the chat. Troll, gosh, your foggy terrains are so cool. Can't wait to create something similar. I'm wondering, have you played Frostgrave? It'll be so cool to have some crafts in that setting for you. I've had a lot of friends and folks kind of recommend Frostgrave to me. I think you're piquing my interest, but this is not the time to pique my interest, because I have a New Year's resolution to spend more money on that kind of stuff, because I have lots of boxes of unpainted stuff, so don't tempt me. But you might just, if it turns into like patrons and stuff giving donations and stuff, there's like, all right, there's some cash to do that kind of thing. I think maybe I'll tip my toe into that kind of thing. But at the moment, trying to be a little bit more frugal this year. So you're going to see some crafts. You're going to see a lot of the equipment that I've kind of collected over the last few months. And those are kind of start seeing some videos of how I'm going to be using those in my D&D terrain and lighting and effects type setups. I've got a friend who lives locally, and he was kind of interested in upping the atmosphere in his kind of setup, his energy. He's a Twitch streamer, and he does some Let's Play of D&D and that type of stuff, and he was asking for some help. So I'm working on an Atmosphere computer at the moment that's going to be kind of a one-stop shop for everything kind of D&D Atmosphere, so which is good. It's kind of something I've been meaning to do for a while, because usually when I prep for every game, it's a lot of like a bespoke kind of setting I'll kind of create on a stream deck with all kinds of different buttons and music and stuff. And I think it'll be great to kind of have a layout and setup that is kind of universal. So if I'm going to like desert land, switch to the desert tab, I've got a whole bunch of desert stuff ready to go, music, everything. So that's kind of what I've got in the cards. Sure enough, I'm sure there'll be a video or some kind of like record, kind of video recorded history of that kind of thing. So probably the best place to go if you're a supporter in the Patreon. You'll get all those kind of like little kind of like behind the scenes nuggets and stuff when I'm kind of working on those things, beating my head against the computer, trying to get those working, that kind of thing. Cody, welcome to the chat. Just wanted to say hey, and your videos are top notch. Thanks a lot, buddy. I appreciate the feedback, and that's another great way to support the channel. I know I kind of spout on about the Patreon and everything because the monetary stuff goes a lot of help to kind of speed things along, but just the support, the comments, the likes, sharing, that kind of stuff goes a long way to kind of getting the word out about the channel, because there's so much stuff out there. There's so many good creators, and that's another kind of like New Year's resolution for me. I'm going to be trying to do some more collaborations. So we already have a couple of things kind of in conversation at the start of the year. So we're going to be kind of seeing where those go, and there'll be some more kind of like Atmosphere kind of stuff tied into that. So yeah, there's a charity live stream on the books. I won't say who, because I'm not sure if they're ready to announce yet, but I'm sure enough you'll see that coming up in the coming months, and yours truly will be playing in it. I think we've decided on a game rules system. We're going to be using DM Scotty's Easy D6 system, so that'll be a joy to use. I'm super excited to use that. I've had the book sitting on my shelf, been meaning to read it, so I'm super excited to play it. And yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna have to think of a character or something. Yeah, like if you guys have played Easy D6, let me know in the chat if you think it's something that if you love the system, you hate the system, there are classes you think I should play, let me know and I'll try and kind of work it out. I think we're still kind of working out what the setting is for the live stream, for the live play, but it'll be a lot of fun. I think it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be for a good cause, so I'm looking forward to it. All right, so as we kind of sit here yammering away, I'm going to try and get some terrain going on this very blank canvas at the moment. So you can see I've got a few things kind of set up here. Let's just show you guys what I've got planned here. Well, I'll be curious to see how far we get in this live stream. It'll be interesting, but we've got our base here. We've got a whole bunch of EVA foam, little scrap pieces. We've got our minis. I'm going to use those for like scale and that kind of thing. I do want this terrain to have a few things that I'm going to try and work into. I've got some, these are a whole bunch of failed 3D prints, which are just like miniatures, monsters, and that kind of thing. I thought they could be good, like little kind of fodder and stuff. You could have them kind of worked into the stonework. This is a spider cave. They're going to have like little kind of like webbed up victims and that kind of thing. So it shows a good thing to kind of save failed 3D prints for, especially because like some of them have like whole bodies and stuff. It's just like a leg or something missing, so that's going to be good. But I also want to incorporate some things into the terrain. We've got a few things. I've got some lights here. Now these are just kind of like LED little tea light kind of things, and I love these because they're compact. They're kind of self-contained. These ones take a little bit of muscle to kind of work out here, but if I turn down the lighting, you'll see some of the colors that just kind of remote activated. Let's see, I could just kind of set this. So I'm kind of hoping to kind of just put those in to like have little cavities and stuff. I could just like throw those in to kind of get those glowing, maybe get some little, if we have webs and stuff, that'll kind of glisten off that. So having little pockets for these kind of things. And I also kind of want to have a little kind of like hidey hole probably in the back or something that I could kind of put like a pipe or something through, whether it be something for like the big fogger that I showed in the other video, or we want one of these like little micro fogger guys so I can have little fog coming out onto the terrain as well. So there are a few good things going for it. We've got the fogger, which has, so this is like a water-based mist. If you haven't seen the video, there is video on the channel that shows you how to kind of make one of these. This one's a little bit of a newer one because the current ones don't have a battery in part of it, so it's using a little micro USB power pack, which is still pretty good, still pretty portable. I've used this for Halloween costumes and that kind of stuff, so it's been pretty good. I see we've got some more in the chat here. We've got Cody speaking up. If I can recommend anyone to collaborate with my buddy Seb Makes Stuff. Seb of the same name. Two Sebs make a right. This sounds like I'm familiar with his channel. I've seen his stuff. He's incredible, and I can see you guys doing some great work. I've also heard great things about Easy D6. That's a great idea. He sounds Australian, so I'll have to reach out to him and see where he's located. But that's a great idea. I'll definitely take note of that. He seems like a great stand-up guy. So yeah, two Sebs could be doing something. We could be like, what if he's like a next door neighbor or something? You know, what if he's just like down the road, and we could have had two Sebs making stuff this whole time? You know, I think that's worth exploring. I think that's worth making. I mean, what's better than one Seb? Two Sebs. Two Sebs. We've also got Boritrol saying ruined snowy terrain like you ruined snowy terrain like you need for Frostgrave also complements D&D adventures really well. So if you one day you'll create something about it, we surely will be happy. Now there is another video on the channel that shows how to make some very nice looking ice caverns, so that's worth checking out. I don't think I have it on hand at the moment. I think it's well deep in a shelf over there at the moment, but there is a video on the channel if you want to check that out that has that shows that kind of thing. I got recommended Frostgrave off that one too, so maybe there's something to that, something to this Frostgrave noise that Boritrol is making in the chat. I think he might be onto something. I'm looking really small at this table. I think it's a bit higher than usual. John A. Johnson, welcome. One of my Patreon supporters. Thank you for joining the chat. Always good to have you here. Fantastic. Seb versus Seb. You're right. Not working together, working against each other. That's right. It's a challenge. Challenge to the other Seb. Who's the better Seb? Who's going to out Seb? I think he is, because he's probably got more time. I don't know what his situation is, actually. I was going to make the whole dad play. I was going to say, you know, he probably doesn't have kids, so he's got like all the time to kind of make videos and stuff. But I don't know. I could be wrong. What if he's just a great dad? What if he's just, you know, better at time management than me? I mean, it took me 3 months to get a video out. The guy's, he's getting videos out. You know, I shouldn't have put the gauntlet down now. No, I shouldn't have put that. I shouldn't have put that out there. It's gonna bite me. It's gonna it's gonna bite me hard. We got All Ingvar. I'm gonna butcher your name. All Ingvar and Ingvarstein. It's saying like it's a Swedish thing or something. Hey, new fan here. Well, welcome to the channel. I have a question. I have a lot of minis, some map books, and some wargaming terrain, and now I'm looking to up my D&D games. Where would you recommend that I start? This is turning into just like a casual Q&A here as I kind of neglect this spider terrain. But it sounds like you got a lot of the stuff, and that you want to get started on kind of increasing the immersion and the atmosphere. I think like my always kind of like go-to first thing to do is always the sound. Sound is one thing that is going to just kind of like dial people in. It's interesting, instantly kind of put people in that kind of environment, especially if you've got like ambient sound, like from there are a lot of audio sources that you can get kind of good ambiences and stuff. A lot of people swear by Sirenscape. I use a lot of Michael Gelfi's ambiences as well, because sometimes the Michael Gelfi have a little bit of an ambient score in them as well. So sometimes you can kind of forego the music in some instances. But yes, having some like ambient sound effects, investing in it, especially if you're a portable DM as well. I like to have those Bluetooth speakers, which are like the pair, so you can have a couple of them across on the other sides of the players, so it creates a little kind of a semi surround sound kind of thing. So that's kind of a lot of fun because it creates this kind of like central immersion with the sound effects. So even just having like the ambiences, that is one notch up already. Music's is a hard one, especially because you want to kind of have more of a catered list of kind of tracks that are going to be a bit more like I do have a few playlists kind of floating around, but I want to kind of there's a future video idea which was to kind of see if I could kind of score a game in like 5 playlists or something, because I'm very guilty of the fact of having way too many music playlists and then being lost of like which music ones to have. But if I had to kind of have a go-to kind of like music playlist, it would be kind of something that has like an air of mystery, intrigue, exploration. That one is very universal. And then you'd have something for like combat or something. And that could probably do a lot of it. Probably a lot of the heavy lifting, I reckon. So yeah, music, ambience, those are great starting points. So I haven't even got to like lights and that kind of thing. So definitely sound is the great way of kind of like increasing the immersion. I've done like instance sound effects as well, like you open the door, it kind of clicks and stuff. I feel like that's an extra cherry on top kind of thing that you don't really need a lot of the time, but it does kind of add something if you want to go to that effort. But definitely ambience, music, and then probably just like some starting kind of lighting and stuff. Like probably, if I'm going to be honest, if there's nothing more romantic and ambient than like candles. So you can just go like LED candles if you know it's about like the fire kind of stuff. And you can get like color change ones as well. So I usually like to dim the lights, have the candles, maybe have some like incense or something. So it is kind of like a romantic kind of thing, but it's all about kind of like heightening those senses, getting them more kind of like intense. Because when you dim the lights, it kind of like opens up your receptors, your visual receptors, and you kind of are more kind of like bringing in what is lighting here, so you can get away with the little minimal. Obviously, you want to have enough lighting that you can kind of read things and stuff, but like bringing down the lighting, having like the ambient sounds and that kind of thing, that's probably enough to kind of get started and start kind of like moving into more of an immersion kind of thing. I do have a great video on the channel that shows like a great starter set of lighting and stuff. I think it is like 5 tools or something, like starting like for like a transportable kind of thing. Yeah, check out there is an Atmoseeker playlist on the channel. I might be able to dig it up in there. It's like a video of like, it's got like a chest and a skull and stuff. So yeah, check that out. Sorry, I spent too much on that question. Love the questions, but yeah, I really appreciate you guys kind of speaking up. Norwegian, I was close. Was I close? No, I'm in that part of the globe, I guess. By the way, hang on, I gotta catch up here. Now I have a question, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we did that one. Carrots cannot make everything at once. So looking for the most bang for buck. Yeah, sounds probably the good start. do you notice some impact on painted miniatures from the fog, water-based fog machines that I use? That's a great question, just because we came hot off the premiere of the latest episode, which made some interesting use of water-based mist, water-based fog. You know what? I am just that much insanely excited about using fog. I've got it here, like bubbling away on a painted thing, on my painted miniatures. You varnish things, and they're going to be protected from most things. Water, I haven't had. I've been using fog on my terrain and miniatures for years, and I probably don't see a lot of wear to them. Granted, I don't play D&D every week. It's more of a once a month kind of thing. But I do use a lot of it for filming episodes and that kind of thing. So it is kind of still frequent. Do I see any like damage and stuff? Rarely. Probably the most damage I've seen is from dropping miniatures and stuff. Probably the worst one I've seen, the worst amount of damage I've seen was I think I had some flocked grass kind of terrain that I hadn't sealed in properly with like varnish or something, and I just used like PVA to kind of adhere the flock. And because I had this water-based mist going onto it, it reactivated some of the PVA. I tried it again with some Mod Podge, and it had less of an effect. But I tried varnishing it a bit more as well, and that seemed to kind of help it quite a bit. So I think varnish is a good way to kind of keep things protected. I haven't seen it like rubbing off paint or anything like that. That's probably the worst I've seen. But there is a video coming out in the future, hopefully this month, that will show some tips and tricks with using a water-based fogger, kind of mister kind of thing, to be able to avoid some of those problems and stuff. Some of the problems that I've had, but it has been pretty minimal. Like maybe there'll be water, like maybe like some droplets and stuff, or maybe at the worst, some water will come out of the pipe and so like, shit, I got water on the table now. But no, yeah, nothing too dramatic that I couldn't just mop up and keep going. 5 playlists. 800 is the right spot. It is kind of looking like that in my personal library. PZ is here. Welcome. We've got all the Atmoseekers joining in the chat here. All is more Norwegian. Luskoffer, we would call him here in Sweden. I see some secret Norwegian Swedish chat happening here. Spotify, Tabletop Audio, those are great sources. Tabletop Audio is a great one. I gotta get started on this build. We're half an hour in. I haven't even started. Having too much fun talking to you folks as the camera swoops around, showing some of the dungeon that hasn't had players in it for a couple of months. We got a printer full of resin that hasn't printed for a while. Step starter package is great start. Yes. If you worry about moisture, get PVA for outdoor use. That's a good point. You can get PVA for outdoor use, sure. And that gives me a good point about some of the varnish I use. If I know that some stuff is going to become more susceptible to some of the water type stuff, I'll use the outdoor varnish that's for weatherproof type stuff. So. Yeah, so there are things that you can do to protect your stuff, for sure. Let's get this started. I'm probably not going to finish it, but I'm going to have fun doing it. I've got the whiskey here. I'm going to take another sip. But yes, in case you missed it, this is a live stream that's post a little live stream that a little premiere of an episode that we had that shows some interesting modular 3D printable terrain that you can use for your industrial pipes for Warhammer and 40k. You can also use it for Dungeons and Dragons and other type of tabletop games. I've just kind of marketed it that way. But there are free STLs available with the video, and there is an extended set that comes for my Patreon supporters as well. So, yeah. All right, let's get this guy going. So my plan with this I gotta kind of lay out what I'm gonna do here. And I think we're gonna try and plan this out, I reckon. All right, so I think I'm gonna this is gonna be like a little test piece, so I'm gonna see how I go. I think we're gonna have like a little alcove there or something. This has got like a paper top to it, so we can plan this out. So I'm gonna have a little alcove and come out. I think we're gonna have a couple of them. It's probably a bit too narrow. That way we can chuck some LEDs in there or something. We're gonna kind of have that light kind of shooting up and stuff. So really easy LEDs is what I'm going for. All right, so this is gonna be kind of like a corner piece. Maybe I'll round this one out a bit. Maybe we'll have a little bit of, I don't know, rocks or something. All right, so we got that. Now I am not sure how we're gonna go with this. Oh boy, I'm gonna like brighten this up a bit. We are a little bit down there. There we go. How late are you, Jack Grimble? Just in time for me to say hello to Jack Grimble. Jack Grimble's arrived. He's in the building. He's looking fabulous. He's here. He's welcomed. He's going to be looking at some spider terrain at the moment. But you did miss an exciting premiere of a fantastic new episode with some free STLs that are modeled by yours truly, and it is my gift. My gift to start 2023. Everyone have some free STLs with the extended set available for my Patreon supporters. All right, so I am not 100% sure what I'm going to do here. I could glue stuff down to it, and my plan was to kind of like chisel away to kind of get this kind of pattern, or I'm probably just gonna like start putting stuff down and see if I can build on top of it. That's the way to go. That is the way to go. Let's see if we can kind of get this a bit more kind of going here. All right. You can see here we got a nice little Christmas present from the missus. 16 years Scotch. I think that's worth celebrating the new year, and fantastic for reaching 7,000 subscribers lately. We're 7,300 something. So thank you anyone who has been subscribing to the channel. You guys have been making it well worthwhile doing the videos. I feel like I can thank a lot of Lila Mev's subscribers for joining me from her channel in one of her videos that she mentioned. Eternally grateful for that kind of stuff. And I think that's kind of that's a good spirited thing to do in this kind of community, is to kind of share other people's work. Yeah, so I am super grateful. All right, so you can see I'm not using your regular foam. I'm just using EVA foam. I'm just gonna start building this up. See how we go here. I'm probably gonna slant that way, but it's gonna be very rough at the moment. This is not a low heat glue gun here, but I ain't patient. I think we're gonna keep working away at this, chipping away at it. The adjuster gap to adjust the flow in your junctions is such a smart solution for your fault part. So clear. It's interesting you say that, because that came across from a fellow patron, David Dixon. I was sharing some of the early prototypes with him, and he was kind of testing some for me as well. But that kind of solution, that idea came along from testing out how the pipes fitted and stuff. So couldn't have done it without the community support. So thank you so much for people who support the show, watch the show. It always shows that it's good to kind of listen to the community, because sometimes they don't know what they're talking about. Of course you do. Of course you do. You guys know what you're talking about. Sometimes I don't. I try to fumble my way through. I don't even know. I'm gonna make this guy. I think I'm just gonna real rough this in, I think. But yes, it was a great side effect of that, and like coming up with the decelerator piece as well. Hopefully all this glue holds together. Do either my Mini Factory you loves a good STL? I don't. I looked into it though. I am kind of in production stages at the moment, like real early stages of making a my own online store. Just because if you want to sell on my Mini Factory, you basically have to pay a subscription. So I have to pay a subscription to put stuff up there, and then people can grab it and pay money or get it for free or something. Just at the moment, because it's still quite small, it's probably not on the cards at the moment. But if it gets bigger and there's more interest and there's kind of more, then yeah, that could happen. That could definitely happen. So yeah, share the video. Like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff, and who knows, maybe it will come to my Mini Factory. I should talk to some of my more 3D printing friends and see what they like. How many people in chat 3D print stuff? It's definitely a lot more popular these days than it used to be. Jack Grimble asked about my Mini Factory. Borotrol, love how focus was on the bottle. The craft. Now you want some scotch too. That's right. Yeah. It's weird. The camera is focusing there, but yeah, we got this kind of like small camera I can kind of whip around. We're just in this like my garage at the moment. You can have the unsightly look at the, oh, you can barely see it, but there is a lot of garbage in there. That is Dad Seb's problem. All the I keep shoving stuff that way to kind of put. I'll have to deal with it at some point. Yeah. I do both FDM and resin. Yeah. See, I've got both too now, and I feel like they're great for doing different things. Like, I now pretty much exclusively use the resin ones for like miniatures and monsters and that type of things, and FDM for terrain, props, terrain, that kind of stuff. Yeah, so that's kind of been where I've been coming with it. Actually, I've got to remember to leave a gap for some things, but I will chisel stuff away for this thing. I've got to not get distracted too much. It is super hot here in Australia, so I should have put some ice in my whiskey. Oh boy, we've had some stinker overnights lately. The air conditioning has been going, and hey, guess what? There's no air conditioning here in the garage, so you see me just like working up a hot sweat from this spider terrain. That's why. Yeah, size is the main factor. Resin, too small stuff. But let me ask you, if Jack Grimble, if you could print big stuff on resin, would you go with that, or would you still keep the FDM for big stuff? Because I think resin might have some speed on it, but you still gotta like rinse it and wash it and stuff. As you know, FDM printers, they've come a long way. Like I've been super impressed with like the detail and speed and elegance of it. Like I've just been using an Anycubic Viper one, and just that it auto calibrates and everything. I've barely had any print failures on that thing. Compared to the resin stuff, which can be a bit more temperamental. If resin gets to a point where it's a bit more bit easier to kind of like navigate some of the pitfalls, I think that could be great. Got both. Borotrol's got both. Right now only using FDM, sadly, because it's too cold to open the windows for ventilation. Yeah. So yeah, it sounds like a lot of folk have FDM resin printers inside the house as well. So I'm quite lucky. I got a garage space. I can have the resin printers going, humming away. Some folk don't. Some folk have just... Oh my god, that's so hot. Oh god. Ah! Oh. Made me miss. Yeah, this is not a low temperature glue gun. Oh my god. Don't touch the top, kids. Because right now, I only have a Photon Mono 4K. What have I got? I've got a Frozen Sonic Mini 4K. And that's been perfect for some minis and stuff. But I've seen stuff like, if you don't know, Neil from Real Terrain Hobbies or something like that. Yeah, I think so. Real Terrain Hobbies. You should check out his channel if you haven't already. He's got some fantastic stuff that he models and sculpts himself, as well as he's got some big honkin' printers as well. So he can print out whole sets of terrain. I feel like he's got like a Halot Sky one as well. But the Frozen one has been pretty good so far. Wow, really burnt the whole finger on that one. You know what resin printers are really good for when you're a crafter? Nernies and Greeblies. Spot on, definitely. Although I have had some good luck with the Viper as well, printing that kind of stuff. So, but definitely agree. Miscast, another YouTube channel, he has a whole bunch of 3D printable Greeblies you can get off his store and stuff that are super good. Like I've printed a whole bunch of them. I actually kind of used some on this guy, this brain tank as well. Maybe I can move this guy around, show you can see some of them kind of on there as well. So yeah, we got some Greeblies from Miscast and stuff. We got some regular Greeblies though, but yeah, all Braino. Welcome to the show, Braino. Gonna have to give that guy a voice at some point, I think. Okay. We got a few things down here. I'm gonna try and see if my theory is correct on this method. If I'm gonna try and try and work out some detail on this stuff. Now I'm just gonna if I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't 100% know what I'm doing, but I'm working it out because I haven't used this material like this before specifically, but I think we could make something really good. I'm just gonna try texturing some of it in a sec. Yeah, I think I'm being a little bit too kind of timid with some of these as well. I think I just gotta really schlock it on and then I'm gonna chisel it back. Okay, I'm gonna just put on a second layer here. I'm gonna show you what I was thinking for adding some of the detail. But we're just kind of making a little corner here. I know I burnt myself on hot glue. I was about to say, like, I love hot glue. I love how fast it is, the things. God, I wish I had a low temp gun though. Maybe that'd be an investment. From bottle feature by connecting it to the printer without opening. What? What is Porotrol saying? I believe that next year, here we go. Anycubic will make nearly fully automized resin printing system. Oh boy. Their new printers got new ventilation that allows them to be at home safely, and got auto resin filling. I have seen some of the auto resin filling on some of them, and that is pretty cool. From bottle feature by connecting it to the printer without opening. Also, they got one of the best wash and cure machines on the market. So making a complete system is just a matter of time. You're spot on. It's just a matter of time before it gets to a point where it's gonna you just push button and out comes your thing. But we're living in a good time now where it's part of the hobby. It's a hobby in itself, really. So I'm enjoying it. Probably I would like resin printing to be a bit more foolproof on some things, because I've had more than my fair share of resin fails. They're quite agitating over time sometimes. So yes, some automatic features will be super good. Then I can just focus on that must be like what a lot of like people who know how to 3D print. They just have all these like gray models and like, which one am I gonna paint first? You know, I don't know. I don't know which one I'm gonna paint first. I've got a whole bunch of gray and stuff. We got some Christmas monsters. If you got any Christmas monsters, let me know in chat. I'm curious to hear what people got. Because I got some Christmas monsters, but I'm not going to share until you share. You tell me. Oh. Surely, somebody got Christmas monsters. Christmas monsters, like Daddy likes some D&D monsters. So I got some stuff. Like heck, one of them was a spider. One was out here. Okay, I am gonna see. I'm gonna put this here now and see how we can chisel this back. So hopefully get some. Well, hopefully get some detail on this thing. Yeah, see, this is one thing why I really love using this foam. A, it's going to be water resistant, so that's cool. B, it's flexible. So see here, I didn't quite have it fit right, but I was like, I could kind of bend it a bit or something. Can't do that with the other foam. Maybe a little bit, but not like that. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna glue this guy in, and then we're gonna see. I'm gonna pull out the next tool. See, it's so easy to make a mess here. While we're letting that cool, I'm gonna get these guys off. And I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's been stopping by in the chat, keeping me company here in the late warm nights of Australia, down in the down underverse, keeping the power ones safe from harm. See, it did go into my drink. There we go. Got it. So thank you everyone who's been joining the chat. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel and hit that bell notification so you don't miss out on new episodes like the one that just dropped before this live stream, which was a fantastic little 3D printable type pipes and stuff. It took me months to create, guys. So by all means, there's a lot of prototyping that kind of happened. Borichol says, just printed a tropical Imperial troopers for Star Wars. They are half nude and got cocktails. Oh my god, that is amazing. I love that. Wintry enough for me. Wow. Okay. Those sound fantastic. Man, if you can, drop a link in the comments. I know it'll filter out links, but I'll find it. I would love to see those. We've got, is that just rat? Bat? Bat! Hello, Bat. Welcome, you're here. From Yorkshire, England. See, here's what I was hoping that happened. I was hoping I was going to get the all aisles popping in. So, you're the first, Bat. Welcome. We're making some cave terrain here with some different materials here. So at the moment, we've got some cake board here, just kind of a nice, simple, easy square, and we've got some EVA foam that I'm using here, just gluing onto it. Looks very basic at the moment, but I'm about to show a new tool I've been kind of working on to try and texture this thing. So we'll see how that goes. If you missed it, Bat, if that is your name, there was a fantastic new episode that dropped on the channel. You might want to check out for some 40k terrain. Of course, you can use it for all kinds of things. D&D, all kinds of different encounters. If you need some steam industrial pipes. Not hot. Well, it's not hot, but it's, it looks like steam. Anyway, so what we got here? We got here is my Dremel. We've got one of these grinding stone bits on the top. Maybe I can get a nice little close up of that guy in action if I can. Focus for me, focus for me, focus for me. There we go. So it's not a sanding bit, it is the grinding stone bit. Now the reason I went with that is because if you use a sanding bit on EVA foam, it'll tear it up. It'll cut away at it, but it'll tear it up. Whereas the grinding stone seems to heat up while it rolls as well. So while it's heating up and stuff, it'll smooth and kind of almost like cauterize the flesh of this foam as well, kind of hardening it, and kind of like you can put your detail in there. So let's give that a shot and see how it goes. Apologize if you're going to hear some drill noises. They're going to remind you of the dentist. By all means, make sure that you go to the dentist. I haven't been in a few years. I was going to see if that statement was correct. If it is, that's worrying, because you should be going to the dentist. I might need to book a dentist visit. I feel fine and everything, but it's good to get a checkup, good clean and stuff. I like sweets and stuff, so I don't want to get some cavities and stuff. So go see a dentist. Not me, so not with this thing. I use those mats all the time with the pink stones for shaping. Okay. All right, I've got to set this set to medium speed. Let's see how it goes. So I've got the little kind of like extendo bit on it to try and shape around. So I haven't done the whole cave. I'm just trying to see if I can kind of chip away here. The glass. What an artistic shot. Let's see if we can get a little more of an action shot here so you can see what we're talking about here. All right, let me know if that sound is annoying as well. But Boritrol saying Niverdale Tabletop got a lot of nice Star Wars releases like this one, and some of them are free. Send link in the chat to check it out. All right, thank you very much. I am very keen to check that out. We might speed up this blade a bit more, but you can see it's getting kind of like rock-like, which is good. yeah, I'm just doing a little test at the moment just to see if I need to like build it up a bit more. That's not too bad. See if I can like merge these guys a bit more. Yeah, not too bad actually. I quite like that. Yeah, that's working. You do see that seam a bit. I wonder if I can polish it out. That's not too bad. What do you think? For, like, this is all spongy and stuff too. So, let's ask these guys what they think. What do you think? I think it looks pretty good, Seb. That's my spider voice. Sweet. So what does that mean? Well, I mean, we did a test here. I think what I'm going to do is, now that I've seen that it can do that, yeah, now that I've seen it can do that, I think I'm going to keep it going. So just keep hot gluing some of this stuff, and then I'll chip away at it. Now, I was thinking this could be my little fog hole. This guy, little guy. Move this around. Carcinogenic. Good tip. All right. Well, I wasn't planning on doing any more sanding for a bit, but thanks for the tip, Bap. Will do. Okay, that is a good height. Can I get the fog hole going? So I might chisel away there. There we go. Get a little bit of fog going in the hole. It's probably a bit too intense there. You might have to put some like grill over the front of it to slow it down. See? All right, I'm gonna keep building this up. Now, I'm in a big garage space as well. I've got plenty of ventilation going around, but yes, I am not planning on breathing in the dust. Thank you very much for the concern. It's always good to play safe. Always good to do that. That was just a little test, but yeah, probably when I hit it a bit harder, definitely will wear a mask. Actually, want to use a little wet rag if I can. Try and wipe this off a bit. Yeah, give me a second here. Go. Nice. All right. It's definitely hot in here. Okay, so we're gonna keep going, building this type of stuff. Let's see. I'm gonna have a little bit of a hole here for some of that fog stuff. I'm probably gonna have to build up these little hidey holes for it as well. But it sounds like nobody got any Christmas monsters. It was just me that I was lucky enough. Unless I missed it in the chat. Nobody. Boris Roll did talk about some fantastic sounding troopers I'm super jealous of right now. So I will definitely have to work those out, get some of those. All right, let's keep building this up. Let's see if we can get this. Now, the good thing about this foam is that you can bend it and stuff, so I can get some like nice little hidey holes and that kind of thing as well, which would be good. Let's see. So you can bend it a bit, make a little hidey hole for that foam or something, or I could just build it up a bit. Something like that could be quite good. I'll try doing that. It is good to use some of the scrap foam just because I have just, as you can see, just a whole giant box full of it. So it'd be good to get through it all. Ooh. All right. Oh my God, that's. I was thinking about talking about the OGL. You know, maybe not. You know, it's gonna be OGL free space. I don't know. Unless you guys want to talk about it, I don't know what to think about it. Really, like, I mean, if I'm gonna be completely honest, like, don't get me wrong, D&D has always been my starting point, my starting spot. But the more I played it, the higher level we played it. Like, I don't know, it grinds so much at those higher levels, especially like the for combat and stuff. Yeah, I was starting to look at other systems anyway. Yeah, I've been kind of like leaning towards some of the OSR kind of stuff. A lot of the Swedish rule systems as well, like Truthvang and that kind of stuff. Yeah, most things have been said, have they not? I think so. I think, yeah, I don't. So, if anything, I think what's been great about it is it kind of brings to light some rule systems and products that you may not have been interested in before, and now, hey, look, check them out. You know, I listened to Bob the World Builder go on about some skateboarding wizard RPG system. I was like, sweet. Sounds cool. Sounds radical, as it was. Yeah, so, I mean, I think that's probably the positive. It doesn't sound like it's over or anything. May have been some things that have been kind of blown out of proportion and things. So, I don't know. Well, I'll watch it with curiosity and see how it goes. Symbaroum? Yes, absolutely. 100% Symbaroum. That is a great rule system, rule world. Some great, you know what? There are some great Swedish rule systems that just the worlds that they make and some of those rules are fantastic. I love them. I've read a lot of them. I haven't played a lot of them. Probably the most of the one I've played has been Truthvang as well. That's one of the ones I've played mostly. Oh damn, that's nice. That's. I gotta not finish the bottle. Not like like last time, and then I was like, oh, time for bed, and almost fell over because you know I'm sitting down, I'm working on stuff. Yeah, it's strong stuff, guys. I think that the most of the 3 decades I've been playing RPGs, I've had at least one unplayed system on my shelf. One of my mates, he collects RPG systems. He's constantly getting like a Kickstarter or something, and he was just like, I was in his library, and he was just like, just take some. I was like, what? Why? I don't give them to me. It's like, here, take this one, and this one, and this one, and so now I have a whole bunch of books that I mean have some like gorgeous art in them and stuff, but I don't know if I'll ever play them and stuff. But I mean, some of them are at least nice to look at for like inspiration and stuff. So yeah, so a great problem to have, I guess. But I don't know. I mean, I honestly, like, a system that really grabs me is a simple system. Something that you can pick up in an afternoon. Holy crap, that's hot. In an afternoon or something, or you can read. Like, I was trying to come up with my own rules light system for some D&D in the office space, and honestly, I wanted to have everything kind of readable on a single page that you can kind of pick up, read. All right, I know how this works. Let's play. I like those kind of systems just because they're less wordy and stuff. It's like you just don't have as much time to kind of learn these things. But there is something to the long crunch as well. Like that is one of the charms of D&D. That I've really enjoyed about long-term campaigns, like 5-year campaigns, 3-year campaigns, has been like that you really get invested in the system. You see the ins and outs of things, and there's lots to kind of like build on and play with. So I don't know. It's kind of there's good aspects to both things, right? So it's kind of what really tickles you at the moment. I used to have a full wall too, but a lot was stolen. Oh man, I am so sorry to hear that it got stolen. That's some weird thievery, like went straight for the RPG books. Some like rival nerd cult or something. I mean, I'm so sorry to hear that it got stolen. But it's, like I would have thought like a TV or something, but like went straight for the RPG books. Knew what the thing was the most valuable in there. Secret nerd cult. Yeah, gotta keep an eye open for those. You never know, get new neighbors or something. Highly suspicious. I know I joke, but it must have been awful. Feeling that, can't imagine. Okay, I'm really just butchering this stuff. This is just me just like cutting stuff in this episode. Now I can talk about things. Now that I know I'm not like carving away at this thing. What time is it? Holy crap, it's already past midnight. Kids, I've got work tomorrow. I'm gonna give it a little bit longer. Let's see if I can see. I knew I wouldn't be able to finish this, but I am liking how it's turning out. If you want to see how this turns out, and if you're curious, come follow me on Instagram. I post a lot of kind of sometimes behind the scenes type things, sometimes just like cool shots I'll do whilst I'm filming things. And if I finish this, I'll pop some nice stills on Instagram as well. Left a fancy stereo, probably deaf. That is so strange. So bizarre that they went for the RPG books and not the stereo. Heavy suit cases. Oh, gotta be gold bars. Oh man, I am so sorry to hear that you got robbed. But I'm glad to hear that. Hopefully you're all okay, all safe, and everything. Yeah, that's never a good feeling. I don't think. Like you got to feel quite violated about things and stuff. So I really feel sorry for that kind of stuff. Sorry. Okay. I think we've had a little bit of fun here. We've done a little bit of gluing. We talked about stuff. It's our new episode. And looks like I still have a lot of work to go on this kind of thing. But yeah, it's super late already. I don't know what I was thinking doing a live stream like this, but it was it was a lot of fun chatting. Maybe let's give it a little bit longer, see how far I can go. I was about to wrap it up, but I'm tempted to keep going just a little bit longer. Deadlands book. What is that? Is that? I'm gonna guess it's some kind of like Swedish Western, like cowboys and stuff. Deadlands. That's my guess. That is my guess. Swedish cowboys. I want to see how close I was. Contact adhesive works well with EVA foam, but drying time is a pain in the backside. On the other hand, you don't burn yourself. I don't mind the hot glue, but yeah, I think definitely for like costume building and that kind of stuff, and props and stuff to kind of keep things sturdy, I think contact adhesive would be the smart choice here. Not for old Seb though. He's gonna Western, yes. Cowboys, yes. Swedish, no. I was so close. I almost got the triple. Sure it's not Swedish? John, confirm for me. Confirm for me. It's gotta be it's gotta be Swedish. I gotta get a guest on the show, I think. What do you guys think? Should we get the other Seb on here? Because I mean, I love talking to you guys and stuff, but I feel like if we had another person here, or maybe dialing in, what do you reckon? Get a guest on the show? I think we could do that. That could be a New Year's resolution. Guests on the After Dark specials. That could be quite cool. What do we do? What do we do? Like painting, crafting, that kind of thing? Just paint minis? Just talk about the OGL? That kind of stuff? Only Swedish game I have is Cult. This New Year's campaign is gonna be Deadlands. Oh man, now I gotta check out. This live stream has taught me a couple of things. Deadlands, go check that out. Some cool Stormtrooper summer minis that I gotta get. I gotta get those to like impress Jake and Ben for our Star Wars Legion games. Man, I learned more from this live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. This is kind of where we're going to wrap things up. I do have work tomorrow, so I do have to kind of go to bed. Rest. It is super hot in here as well, but this was a lot of fun. I do really want to finish this kind of. We can have a look at how far I got. It kind of looks like a dog's breakfast at the moment, but it's kind of getting there. You can kind of see where I was going with some of the texture work there and stuff. So I am going to keep that going. I think it's a fun little side project that I'm going to kind of keep chipping away at. It's going to be nice and super durable as well. So I can throw this at the kids and hopefully get that going. Like, oh man, you know what? I'm going to put some lights in there right now. Let's see if we can get a little bit of light going, even what we've got, you know, like this. All right, let's turn off the lights. Let's see what we got here. Put a little fog hole here. See, it's already going. All right, we got a spider cave. We got spider caves are green, right? Beautiful. What do you think, guys? Needs more cave. I reckon you're right. Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of a start we've got here. So see, it's you don't have to have much painting ability, just a little bit of fog and lighting, and you can kind of scrape by, just like me. You know. That was a lot of fun. Thanks to everyone for stopping by. This has been a live stream. If you haven't already, check out that premiered episode that went live yesterday now. By mere minutes. It is a fantastic new video from yours truly in here with some 3D sculpted miniature kind of terrain, steam pipe stuff, real steam action. You see I've got fog everywhere here. I love fog. Love having it everywhere. And I love having you guys here, and this has been a lot of fun. Hopefully we can get some more videos out. I do have some I have something that I'm recording at the moment that will pair in with that other video, hopefully answer some more fog questions. I think there's going to be some more tech videos coming up, so I'm super excited to kind of show some more of the tech and equipment that I've been kind of working on to kind of get some of the more atmosphere and stuff going as well in this space as well. So collaborations, tech, another video, live stream guest. I think those are the New Year's resolutions. Fantastic to have you here, and until next time, I'm Sebastian, and let's create and inspire. See you guys.